I see what you did there.
How long have we been working together? This is the 8th year of Friday Night Thunder. 5? Is this 5th year?
8th year. Yeah, that's a long time.
It is a long time. Speaking of a long time, it's been a long time since we've had this guy on our show, Joe Dubin. He's the Chuck Norris of Twitter. He joins us on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show. Long time, Mr. Dubin. How are you this evening?
Mr. Weaver, thanks for having me on. It's always good to hear your beautiful voice, especially on Friday nights in November.
Yeah, you were busy doing a competing show there for a few years, and we didn't get a chance to talk except when we got to Cookeville. But big night tonight. My condolences. Tough loss tonight for McGavick.
I tell you what, it's funny, Dennis, I got the score right before I went on the air tonight. Literally 5 seconds I went on the air, and it just takes your breath out of you. I mean, I love that football team. I love that school. And to lose that way, 37-36, missing a field goal at the end that hit the upright, it breaks your heart, man. And so, you know what? They fought strong. They fought hard all year long, and you got to give it up for their effort. I'm deflated. I can only imagine how the kids feel tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Now, I know Rudy gets to go out and chop her around still. What game did you go see tonight?
I went to the Oakland and Riverdale game, and I got to tell you what, man, Jacoby Stevens, Riverdale had 2 or 3 guys on that guy, and we've watched Jacoby Stevens off the line of scrimmage. He's like a third-year guy in the SEC. I mean, he's like a junior. He's like a vet. It's almost impossible to stop him off the line of scrimmage. He scored a long touchdown tonight, and Oakland it rolled on him, and they just destroyed Riverdale.
Joe, I know that you've seen a lot of football. You've seen a lot of high school football in Middle Tennessee, and we were discussing this earlier. 5 of the 8 quarterfinal teams in 6A football are from Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee, and especially in 6A football and 5A football, pretty dang strong right now.
Oh, it's wonderful. I've been doing this, been around high school football in the area since like 1982. I've never seen it as strong as it is right now. I mean, from top to bottom, so many good teams. Of course, the Rutherford County teams are always good. You look at Ravenwood, what they did. I should have won the state 6A last year, losing to Maryville the way they did. But even in 5A, the Independents, and you watch Centennial, what they're doing. There's a lot of great football. You know what else I love, Weaves? I love the support the community gives these kids each and every Friday night, from the parents, the band, the cheerleaders, the community. Everybody comes out and supports these kids. These kids love it, and they notice it, and it makes them feel good. But you're right, football is at an all-time high now, and now we head into week 3. And so, tonight was phenomenal from a game standpoint. So many great games. Next week, I just looked at the schedule. It already is almost as good as it was tonight. We haven't played it down for next week.
I know. One thing that I think fits you better with the Channel 4 fits you better than your former station. And I didn't mention Channel 2, so that's up to me there. It's great that we got Predators and that we've got the Titans, but I think that the Channel 4 focus on high school football is the best in Nashville.
Thank you, and I appreciate that, and that's what my buddy Chris Harrison works with me. We make a commitment to cover high school football, and that's our thing on Friday nights is, look, you get Titans and SEC and Vandy and the Vols. They've got Saturday through Thursday. They've got all that covered. Friday nights, to me, is high school football. These kids work just as hard. They're busting their tails, 12 months a year. July in the heat and August in the heat and everything. They deserve the coverage. And I feel bad that we don't give them as much as I think they need to get. But I appreciate the kind words, and I love showing it. I love getting to know these coaches. They've become good friends of mine. And it's wonderful to get to do that and to spotlight these kids each and every Friday night.
Well, Joe, we've got one more segment that we've got to do here before we get off at the top of the hour. I appreciate your time with us. Is there have you already looked ahead and decided what you're going to do, or will you guys do that? Will you guys meet this week and decide your assignments for next week?
I think tomorrow we'll sit down and figure out what we got to do and then go forward. There's a lot. You can put it this way: you can't go wrong with the games on the schedule next week. So it'll be fun. Weave, I love you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I love you too. Christine loves seeing you back on TV, and she told me to tell you hello. I did tell her that you would be on late tonight, and she said, what time? And I said, the last segment, 10:45, and she said, you're just going to have to tell him I love him. I'm not going to stay awake that late.
That's beautiful. All right, thank you, buddy.
Take care. Let's talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
That is Joe Dubin.